Come on. Sorry, hitting the buttons and nothing's happening. Good morning, everybody. Almighty morning to you. We have Wendy Yates in here today. Um, we normally don't have a topic we talk about, but Wendy and I go to Monday night class, as everybody's heard before. Um, Monday night class facilitator is Tina Escoto, and the class is held at Everything Just Rocks. Um, when I went to Everything Just Rocks for the first time in, I know the date, yes, August 29th, 2022. That was the first day I walked in. I don't remember Wendy from that, but I have a feeling she was away in Alaska at the time or somewhere in that area. But since then, she's been a part of everything or that class all the time. She's facilitated the class when Tina's been gone out of town and all. And the first time we were together in a group, or yeah, that we read each other was at a blind read. Basically, we're given a ticket and we have to read that person, and that was when we first connected. We have since been at different classes together. Golden, I think we were at Gold Christ Light Healing at least once together. We've been at Tina's Cave Creek facility multiple times. When your daughter did what she did, I won't get into all of that. I'll let you do that. And then we ended up, well, a friend of ours, Nicole, who I found, and one of those days I was just sent, okay, go find this person, and I did. Anyway, we did. We picked her oranges and picked oranges. Um, I think it was February of this year.
Mm-hmm.
There was one other time 2 years ago that we were there as well. I think you came later. Maybe you didn't make it. I can't remember which one. But I know that Cynthia was there as well.
Uh-huh.
And then we went to ISF, and Loyola University in Maryland. I mean, yeah, Baltimore, Maryland, or outside of it. And that was something. I mean, you went through so much more there than I did as far as uh, dealing with the accommodations and came back ill. But that's how I know Wendy. And I know that she's very talented, psychic medium. She does trance, she does healing, she does a lot of things. But 2 weeks ago on the Monday, we sat down and I needed somebody to fill in or to come in today. And she said she would because she was telling me all of her ups and downs and ins and outs of her gifts and spirituality itself. And I thought, wow, that's perfect. And so, Wendy, please introduce yourself.
I'm Wendy. A lot of you that come in probably already know me or somewhere along the line. I hop on this chat now and again in the mornings and watch. I'm in and out doing things around the house. But, my journey started, I'm guessing, as a young child. Looking back, things would happen to me that were, I mean, I would reach my hands back behind my head at night and things would grab my hands, things like that. I'd scream for mom and dad to come in. It's like they'd open the closet, they'd look under the bed, they'd do all those things. It's your imagination. The little friends you talk to, that's just all your imagination, just bad dreams, this and that. It went on for a long time. I don't know. I knew things at times as I got older, even much older. My friends, something would happen to them. They'd be away somewhere, and I would call them and say, "What happened?" Where wouldn't even had even talked to them for a long time, and I would just know something had happened. So there were little little things. I never much cared for shopping at malls and things like that. I think being a strong empath, which I didn't know at the time I was, um, I just don't think I could deal with that negative energy and stuff. I think I was picking that up from people. So I never liked that. So I think there were lots of little things all along the way that, I was raised in a very conservative community of Salt Lake City. I was raised in the Mormon faith, which is fine. But that being said, it's a very structured, very rule-based, and this stuff that happens to us, the psychic stuff, is not really something that's at all dealt with, there. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, I didn't get a bad feel from anybody, when I was active. But as I grew to know myself more and more, I realized that I really don't believe in religion. I do believe in being spiritual, treating people right and doing all those things. So I guess it became something just different. I had appreciated all the family values as my children were growing up, and a place where I knew that they were safe. So that was my younger time. Fast forward now to about 7 years ago. My daughter and I were sitting at my house one night talking, and she was telling me she's also a psychic medium. She also is a guide communicator, so she can speak with anybody's guides. There are sometimes hundreds of them there for people. So that's her gift, which is pretty rare, pretty amazing how she does it. But at any rate, we were talking that night, and she said that she had it was a job interview that she had gone to. And unbeknownst to her, I think she probably signed some kind of release or something, but they were really reading her psyche, everything about her, to decide if this job was the right job for her. The person that read her is a very famous medium. She's kind of a counterpart of James Van Cross. So anyway, she's telling me about this and the things and how they had realized that she too had some issues when she was growing up. So anyway, she said, "You should get a read, Mom." So I thought, well, so I had seen one, I don't know, the week before, for someone that lived out here by me in the East Valley. So I booked a reading. I went to the reading. I had never had anything like it. When I grew up, we didn't really talk about anything. I didn't know any psychics. I didn't know any mediums. I really was totally not exposed to any of it. So I was really, I guess, really completely unaware, of so many things at that point in time. I think the closest thing we ever had is we did have two neighbors that were white witches, they claimed, which is fine. I think they probably were at the time, but we really liked them. We felt like they were connected to something, my husband and I, but still never really did anything on my own, at that point at all. But anyway, the night Angela and I were sitting here, I went and booked that reading. She told me in the reading a lot of things that were surprise to me. It was like, wow, about my grandkids that had passed away at birth, with my oldest daughter, and some different things. And she said, I think you are a really strong empath. I think you should go to this shamanic journey at Everything Just Rocks. And maybe that will help open some things up for you. And so it was the next night. Keith Kaplan was doing it. Some of you might know Keith. He's an amazing shaman. But at any rate, I did go to that class that night, not knowing anybody. Julia was there that did my read for me. She brought some other people in that she'd been reading. And, I just got some feelings that I hadn't had before, the energy and just the community and all of that. So I think that night kind of started my recognizing what I had buried so deep for so many years, started to come forward, and step forward again. So I did that. I met Athena, who owns Everything Just Rocks. I met some other readers and things down there that night when I was there. I felt really at home, felt like, hey, this is something I want to try to do a little bit more of. So I started going to a few things down there, hanging out down there at classes. I liked the energy of the crystals and things. I very much like crystals. I have lots and lots of them around my house. Anyway, so I started going to those. Athena used to do an event called Spiritual Happy Hour down there. It probably was not too long after I started going there, maybe within the first month. It's been 7 years, so I'm not positive the time frame, but it was pretty close to when I first had that thing and started going down there. Anyway, I went to Spiritual Happy Hour, and basically the way it worked, every practitioner that worked out of that company would do 10-minute segments for $10. So it was $1 a minute. You could book. The event went on for a couple of hours. It was potluck. So you could book, sign up to meet as many as you could fit in, 6, 7, 8 practitioners. Decide who you like, what they told you, and all of that. At that point, I didn't really feel, wasn't doing readings or anything like that. I didn't feel connected like that, but I was feeling more spirit and feeling, I guess, more community. So anyway, that night I met Tina Scotto. She did a mini chakra tune-up on me. We got to talking and got to be friends. We did go horseback riding after that, shortly after that. Like I said, that's been 7 years ago now, probably almost around now in the fall, I think, but it doesn't really make any difference. She's been a wonderful friend and mentor for me for a long time now, but she started me getting into more classes, seminars, going to meditations. But during those first 4 years after I really decided I kind of did have some gifts that I needed to maybe explore a little bit more, at that point, I really kind of believed, if I'm honest, that I was here to live a human existence. I could see some of the people I saw were just so caught up in everything that I felt like it was kind of occupying their whole lives, where they didn't really have time to live other ways. So in my own mind, it was kind of like, we all need to live a human existence too. We need to somehow weave this spiritual world into this human existence. And at that point, I knew I had some gifts, but I really didn't do anything with them at all much. I did go to a few classes, but I wasn't very diligent, if I'm honest. And I wasn't getting far ahead really quickly either, because I wasn't putting in the effort with spirit when I knew I needed to be. So about 3 years ago, pretty much about the time that I met Julie in classes, I started going to classes regularly on Monday nights, practice group. Also a group of Tina Scotto's. I did take a set of mediumship classes with her, and just started working my gifts more. I knew I had some at that point, but I hadn't really done much with them. So I didn't really know what those were, where they were going to take me one way or the other. But I did feel a pull. I did feel spirit. So I definitely wanted to be there. So anyway, that's kind of how it started for me. Slowly I've worked through, I have studied with Darren Britton, with Chris Ratter out of Scotland, with the trance stuff, with Kaz Dukes, out of England. They're all just wonderful, wonderful tutors that are looking to help us be the best person that we can be in the spiritual world. And, I feel like I've learned a lot, but I feel like I'm still totally in my infancy. My gifts always felt like they were kind of in and out. I used to call it the hero or the zero in a joking way, just because some nights I'd feel so connected and things just flowed so easily. Other nights it was really hard. And I was telling Julie earlier, that was really hard for me because I'm a little bit of a control person. And I always liked to be, it wasn't a matter of so much me being better than anybody else, because I think that's one of the limiting beliefs that we have. We don't need to be better than anybody else. We are on our path, the path that is absolutely divinely perfect for us. But at that point, it was a little bit alarming to me that I could not call this up. I could not make things happen. I couldn't, spirit does things in their own time with what they believe is going to be the right thing for us. So, like I said, about 3 years ago, I got quite frustrated with spirit. I felt like they weren't moving things along quick enough for me. A few things like that. And so I had started doing guide meetings, I don't know, 3 or 4 months before that. I did guide meetings every day. I set a time. I believe that really helped me. For people that don't do that, don't sit and communicate with them, it kind of set my intention for the day and set me on the right path for the day. So every morning I'd get up right at 8 o'clock. I would go ahead and have that meeting with my guides. Well, after it hadn't been that long, maybe 3 or 4 months, um, one day I was just upset with them. There were other things happening in my life that were um, not things that were making me happy. And so one day I just told them, I said, I don't want you to come in anymore. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to use these gifts. I'm just kind of done right now. Um, I was just frustrated. I was venting to them and all of that. So the next morning I go to bed. The next morning I get up. It's 8 o'clock, sit down for my guide meeting. I go to tap into them and there's nothing. They're gone. Total crickets. And I'm thinking, whoa, it's kind of one of those be careful what you wish for moments, you know. All of a sudden, hearing them, working with them, and feeling them, I wasn't feeling anything. I wasn't feeling any energy. I wasn't feeling them there. They weren't talking to me in any kind of a way. I wasn't getting any messages. And I felt really alone that day, but I thought, you know what, they'll be back. I said a few things in haste, not a big old deal. So that day passed on. I got busy. The next day I got up and 8 o'clock comes. I sit for my guide meeting. I'm sitting, I tap into all of them, not feeling the energy again. You know, nobody there, nobody, talking to me. And by the third day, I was missing them so much. What I thought would be good for me, pushing them off to the side and just saying, I'm done. I'm just going to live life, be happy, and not worry about this stuff, turned into something that I really missed, something that, I don't know, it had become a part of my life more than I even believed it had at that point. So I begged their forgiveness, talked to them and said, please come back. I didn't mean to turn you away. I miss you. You know, I promise I'm going to get more diligent with these gifts. I'm going to try to develop myself more, not necessarily to be a practitioner, because I don't have that right now. I haven't had the push to want to be that yet, but just to develop my own gifts so that I kind of know I can be the best spiritual version of me, you know. And so at that point, like I said, I started down that path, started going to Monday night class every week. I have studied, like I say, with several tutors along the way. I still have times when my gifts are great and times when my gifts aren't so much. I think I always expected that once I got connected, that I would always be able to tap in and connect, and that connection wasn't going to be a problem ever for me. I got schooled because that just wasn't the way it was for me. Like I say, it could be hero or zero. I never really knew exactly who I was getting. So, but I kept at it. I keep practicing. The class we do, of course, mediumship and psychic stuff. That was, I had that 3 years ago. I've been studying about, let me backpedal a little bit here. About 4 months ago, I've been studying with Chris Ratter, doing trance. In order to make my trance develop more, he did not want me to let them speak for a few months. Started with 30 days. He said, just put them off, push them to the side, blend with them, let them blend with you, let them develop you, but don't let them come through and speak and channel through you. So I didn't. 30 days went by. Had another meeting with him and he said, let's do 30 more days. You know, by then, all the pressure I was getting, energy in my throat and chest, slowly, it was bad in the beginning when I didn't let him come in, but it got better. I thought, well, this is great. If this helps me develop, you know, as a trance medium, then okay, I'll do that. So I would sit in the blend for the development, but never let them speak. And that went on for 3 months. For 3 months, I didn't let them come in. Well, when I finally did, because ISF was coming, you know, I knew I might end up in some advanced mediumship classes and some trance classes where I'd be speaking. And so I decided to let them come in. But what ended up happening is when they came in, I barely could hear them anymore. Things were very choppy. They weren't taking me anymore. They were more putting words in my head that I could speak. I mean, I'd hear them over and over again, just like that happens. And I could say them, and it was them. It was trance, but it wasn't the automatic stuff of them just going like he wanted to happen. But I really felt like this is the part that's pretty, Julie will tell you, I actually taught this in class one night when Tina was gone. The part that was very upsetting to me is I started to feel like they weren't there anymore. I was not hearing them anymore. I wasn't seeing them anymore. I got to class about, I don't know, it was probably 3 months in. And when I got into class that day, I couldn't read. I wasn't hearing any messages for anybody. When we got into the mediumship reads, the person I sat in front of wasn't taking the information. I don't know if the information was for somebody else. I had a spirit there that I felt like I was talking to them. So in my mind, I'm thinking, how can this be? They're here, they're giving me a message, but the person didn't take it. I left class that night feeling like I had totally, totally lost all of my connection. Was very depressing. That went on. I went the next week and I had more of the same. So at that point, I didn't know if it was, I suffered a traumatic brain injury a year ago. I didn't know if it was still remnants of that over the months that were getting worse. I really had no idea, but was very upset with all of it. I knew I had the International Spiritualist Federation event coming up that I'd probably be reading for. And it really weighed pretty heavy on me that I just felt like I had lost that connection with them. And it had been going on. I knew it had been kind of winding down a little bit, but didn't really know why so much. So I called my daughter, the guide communicator, and I said, can you tap into all of my guides and see if you can figure out what's going on? Because I've never felt like this. I'm feeling very insecure, very disconnected. And you go inside yourself and you go, why is this happening to me? Why have they just stepped away? Why have they walked away? Have I done anything? Have I done something to hurt my relationship? What's going on? I mean, I literally was almost on the verge of tears every day. It was very, very emotional for me. So, and still is. It is right now, although my connection's coming back. So it's not hitting me in the same way now. But very trying time for those times. And she told me, she said, Mom, they're putting your energy where you're putting it. And that's in trance. You know, and my being a vessel for the healing was always good. I didn't have any issues with my trance. The healers were still coming in strong. They were still working on the people I work on. They were still getting good results from the healings. So there wasn't a problem in that side of my mediumship, but different energy. So I still was struggling on the other side. So I actually missed class a couple of times because I just didn't feel like I could face going and not being able to connect. It was very upsetting to me. Yeah, and I see, boy, I can relate on some of the comments.
That's Bonnie.
I get a feeling that it happens to a lot of people, and we're all just, we walk away, we pull back. Some people may pull totally away from all the spiritual world that we live in, but I kept hearing, you need to go to class. This is when you need to go. So I started back to class, and basically in that guide meeting, they had told me that if I wanted to have my mediumship and my psychic stuff come back a little more, that I needed to get a better balance between my healing stuff and that, because I had been focusing on trance. I had been studying trance. I had been doing the healings and all of that. And basically my guide said, look, that's what you've been practicing. That's what you've been focusing on. So all this energy we've been building you up with, all these upgrades, we are putting in trance. You know, you've been using your mediumship and psychic for 2 hours, one night a week. So, and you've been doing trance for hours and hours and hours. So that's what we did. If you want that to start coming back, you need to get a better balance. you need to decrease your time sitting maybe in the blend some, not all, but just get like a better balance with my gifts. So I took that to heart. We did go to ISF, and for anybody that doubts that spirit's not so intelligent and listening to us, when I got to ISF, we do I don't know if some of you have probably been there or coming on, but you do a survey of what you do, what your gifts are, what you're capable of doing when you sign up. And then they go in and they figure out what classes that you should be in based on those gifts. When I got my class schedule for the International Spiritualist Federation, the Spirit in all its wisdom put me in trance classes. I didn't have one single mediumship class, advanced or evidential mediumship class. They knew I was struggling with all that stuff for the few months before that, and that it was giving me anxiety to know I was going and still struggling some with my gifts. So they did that for me. They put me in those trance classes. I took a trance to physical class, which I do sit for physical mediumship, and I also took aspects of healing with Robin Hodson, both of those classes with Robin Hodson, who's an amazing physical medium out of England. So the Wednesday, I was trying to stretch and still put myself out there, because we all know that this little comfort zone we live in, this little bubble that we live in, the only way we grow is that magic happens on outside of that bubble. It doesn't happen in our comfort zone. We have to be pushed beyond that sometimes to make ourselves better. So I went ahead and signed up for a class of Darren's. We have Wednesday that we can take any classes we want. I signed up for an evidential mediumship class thinking, okay, I'm going to put it out there to spirit that, I know I can connect. I'm going to do this, even though I was uncomfortable because I still didn't feel like I was connected. And part of that was me, I'm sure. But at any rate, Darren was ill that day. We all got exposed to mold in our room, so he didn't do the class. So I still never, ever ended up doing any mediumship classes, only trance classes. And I feel like that was them giving me time to figure out what was going on with me and try to get myself back connected in the right way again. So I was very grateful for that. When I got back, I started pulling back some on the trance hours that I was doing. And the last, I guess it's been 3 weeks now. A couple of weeks ago on Monday night, the reads were very good. I was connected almost like I used to be. So I was so happy that night because I hadn't heard them like that for quite a while. The next week's class, that was last week, was decent too. So it's like, oh, thank you. That is awesome. I appreciated it so much. I didn't make it this week because it was torrential rain. It was so bad at my house and wind blowing, trees flying around. It's like, no, didn't go tonight. But anyway, so things have come full circle. I feel like they have connected with me again. And I don't feel like my trance gifts have backed off much. And, I really believe sometimes we get into that mode. For those of you that struggle with it sometimes, we kind of have to go back. When I taught it in class when Tina was gone, I did a little bit of research because I thought, what can we do when we get into that funk? Because the more we get into the funk, the harder it is for us to connect, because we start doubting our gifts. We start feeling like we're being judged, that we're not good enough, that, so-and-so is much better than me. I can't do this. I mean, there's a million things that we can not even tell ourselves out loud, but we're telling ourselves that in our mind, that those things do limit what we can do. So anyway, I do feel more connected now. I'm thrilled to be back, so to speak, and tickled to be here today. Like I said, I still have a little ways to go with all the mediumship stuff, getting it back, but it's much better. I'm tickled, and it really has made a big, big difference for me. So I'm excited that things are going better. Like I said, I'm really very blessed to have a lot of beautiful mentors and classes, and a lot of those right here in the Valley, which has been really very, very nice. Tina's classes have been wonderful for me. She's a wonderful practitioner, a lot of good people out there, but for me, there's been a lot of really good people in my life that have helped me along the way. So I really appreciate all of that. And that's kind of where I'm at now for a long, long story. But anyway, and that was kind of what drew us into the subject today, is I have had times more than once where things ebbed and flowed and went away for me and came back. And they're coming back now, which is really nice. And so for the ones of you that feel like you're disconnected, that you're alone, you're not hearing them, you have a night that's bad, nothing you get, it happens. I've realized that it happens to everybody. I just kind of felt almost like it only was happening to me.
Right.
But it's not true. It was my own belief that got in my way. And, so that is kind of it. Hey, Tina.
Yes, I want to make sure you saw that she was here.
Yeah, there she is. I just saw her. Anyway, yeah, she's been a big influence in my life as a friend and also as a mentor. So very much appreciate her. I see Liz on here. Hey, Liz. Anyway, it's been great. It's been a great journey. I do believe they're taking me down the healing side of things. For lots of reasons, I believe that. It's something I really love. And I think I see the result of what the healers do. I know it's them. They do everything, all the heavy lifting. I just have to be a good vessel for them. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is be a better vessel all the time for them, so that they can come through and speak the things that they need to speak, and, heal the things that they need to work on and need to heal. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now.
And I know through your journey, you've seen other people struggle too. Is that correct? Now, how's your daughter doing with all the stuff? Was she having any problems with this, or? Uh-oh. All of a sudden, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. What was that
I was
question?
asking about your daughter. Has she struggled as well, or is she always on, as we talked about?
Angela has, when she was a child, honestly, we thought she just had imaginary friends. She was connected. She was hearing voices by the time she was 3 years old. She's always been connected, but she didn't know what it was. She heard the voices. She had a lot of imaginary friends, all those things. She really realized her gifts probably more about that 7 years ago, the same time when we sat down and talked about how she'd had that reading. I don't remember the name of the medium now, but she had this reading, and I mean, that medium saw things in her that she said, I just can't believe it, Mom. And so she started studying it. Everything just rocked. She started going to classes with me. She moved along really quickly because I think she'd been connected for so long. For me, I'd pushed it back for so long. I was abused for years, and I think I retreated inside myself, and it was a protection mechanism. I just kept everything that happened to me and all these emotions and everything inside of me so they wouldn't hurt me anymore, so that I could shield myself from the things that had happened to me. So,
and that's what a lot of people who come into these lives have been through. They've suppressed their gifts for protection and other reasons. And now they're coming back on. Oh.
Right.
And this is Bonnie, if you don't know, and you've met Bonnie before.
Yep.
She says, Wendy has been in my head. So, yes. And that's exactly why Wendy's on.
You poor thing. Scary, scary, huh?
So many people have been through so many different things.
Yeah.
And even though they're not exactly the same, you can relate. You can definitely relate to this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because our gifts are all different. So they hit us in different ways. And, it's another thing. I've just always wanted to be everything. And maybe I won't. Maybe that's something that I just believe, and maybe, I don't know. I think we all have a path that we're walking, and it's totally divinely perfect for us wherever we are. It doesn't matter if so-and-so can do something you can't do, or you can do something so-and-so can't do. we're all in this life together to, blend our gifts and use them in the best way that we can. Because what I can do may not be what you do, and vice versa. So when I need something, I know there's connections that I can make out there that will help me, and vice versa. When they need a healing or something, then they know they can come to me for that. So it was really learning to almost work within that world. When Angela started taking the classes, she studied with Belle Hernandez. To give her a little shout out, I don't know if she ever comes on here, but she did amazing things. She took a couple of times with her. I didn't at that point in time. Like I told you, at that point, I really wasn't interested in developing my gifts way further. I guess I just thought they would, and I was really wanted to live more of that human existence and not get so caught up in all of this that it took over my whole life. Sounds bad. Now that I say it, it sounds funny. But honestly, that's how I was feeling at the time. I have to be honest about it. I just didn't want that to take over my whole life, that to be my whole existence. I wanted to do all those human things. And so, I think that was part of it for me too. But Angela went on. I don't know if she'd want me to tell her story.
No, not to tell her story, but I didn't know if she
just came in one night. She woke up totally in a really quick way. A little sprite came into her room and told her, look, you have to listen to me tonight, or I'm going to keep coming back till you do. So she opened up probably about the 3 or 4 years ago, and all these people that had been talking, she figured out have been guides. Everybody's guides around her, sometimes hundreds, sometimes thousands of them coming through. And so she was more, she has different gifts than I do. But she's been very connected since then. And I think it's helped her work. I think this world helps us work out a lot of things that have happened to us that have, they're all things that we've come here to release, to fix, to work on, so I've come to realize it in a very different way than I did back then. And like I said, the 3 years ago when my guides walked away from me, it was actually Tina that kind of kicked my butt and said, why are you doing this, Wendy? You have all these gifts that you're wasting. Why are you not trying to develop these? Why are you looking away? And it was at that point that I really, like I say, did start coming to classes. In the last few years, I've never had a mass awakening like some people do. It's been a very gradual process. I feel like I'm still in some ways in my infancy. Right. Still learning. I know there's still a lot to learn out there. And I've been really blessed, like I say, to have a lot of beautiful tutors that have helped me along the way. My gifts come and go, different ones. I've come to realize that's kind of normal too. Some days one's stronger and some days another one's stronger. So, it's just kind of how it is.
And then again, something you haven't been using in a while or something totally different pops in and it's like, oh, thank you. It's like, oh, that's nice. Mm-hmm. And while you were doing these last 3 years, there was something else you did, a human existence. You traveled to Egypt.
I did.
So how was that?
I'm very, very connected to Egypt. I've even realized more since I left there that I actually, when I was over there, I felt crazy connection, crazy energy. There were spirits inside the museum. There's lots of mummified people in there they found, and they're right there. You can see them, and they're actually, some of them still have their hair and everything. That's pretty amazing. But traveling down through all those chambers and things was crazy for me. And there have been a few times in the last years where I can almost look out my eyes and see Egypt. So I know that I've lived something there. I have lived lives there, and Angela's connected to Egypt too, my daughter. She was Nefertiti in a past life. So I don't know if I lived there the same time as she did. I have no idea. I mean, I believe all the people that I'm connected to now, I believe I've done lives with before. It's just too, even with you, I felt like I really knew you the first time. It's not any different for the other people that are, close to me and in my life. I feel like there have been other times when we've had time together. So.
And speaking of Liz McIntyre saying yes, mm-hmm. Egypt, and so
she was with me there. It was an amazing journey there. I mean, I will go back. I absolutely loved it. We saw everything from the top to the bottom, and the history back there. it makes you realize that this life that we live, we don't live this alone. There's many races out there. There's many beings all over in this universe and things that we can't even wrap our head around. It makes you realize when you see that there's no way those people in like 3 or 4 years built tens of thousands of those blocks. And it's amazing, what the technology they had back then. So, there were off-world beings that came there, and I'm guessing the Anunnaki or something along those lines. But yeah, I'm very we'll get back there. But yeah, that was great. Just awesome. Yeah, and they did lose our luggage, Liz is saying, but it still was fine. We got it when we got on the Nile on a cruise. It finally came through, but it was fine. I mean, those are the memories that you have. Things go wrong. Sometimes they're a better memory than when things go right. You think of them more. But yeah, it was awesome.
So I wanted to let you guys know that, yes, she was still being human, but while you're being human, you can still tap into the energy that's around you. It's not all about the mundane everyday.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the balance between spirituality and mundanity, that's the best way to handle things right now until you get more and more entrenched in it, and then the 3D kind of goes away and you don't have to worry about as much or be concerned about as much. Let's see.
Yep. I think that's true too. I mean, there's lots of little nuances, and there's still things I see that I don't even believe I can see or do. But I know it's real. I know it's there. I do have times when I doubt, when I have confidence problems. Um, I think practice takes care of that. I think that's part of the issues. I don't practice that part of things enough. So, you know, kind of how it goes. But
Yep. And Jess, who's one of our regulars, and she also does, as you probably know, Sunday with Bonnie on Psychic Sunday. I've made jokes that the reason I can't stand beans and legumes is that I must have eaten so much of them in a past life. Yes.
probably it could be. You never know.
I think that's what beets have to do with me. I don't want to have anything to do with beets. Any guy.
I do believe that we have influences that are there that we don't remember how we have them, but we do have them. So thank you.
And one of our, well, every once in a while she pops in, but Great Quartz in, I think, South Africa. I gained so much wisdom from spirituality through tarot. I learned at my own pace, my own blessings, the peace that comes from letting things come and be manifested. Let God lead instead of control.
Yep.
That was earlier, but you were talking about control earlier, and so
Mm-hmm.
oh, you crave pickle beets? Oh, oh,
I actually love pickle beets too. They're the best. I don't eat a lot of them, but because I could sit and eat a whole can, I'll buy them and eat the whole can.
yeah, yeah. Claudine drinks beet juice, and she said she could eat a whole can too. And it's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't like
good.
them. I don't like beets unless they're pickled. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So
I
you
don't eat
don't like?
green beets. I'll eat beet greens like and spinach stuff like that, but I don't like the actual beets unless they're sweeter.
Oh,
But
okay.
just me. But yeah, I do like them on salads. I like those. I could eat those all the time. The other ones remind me of parsnips and stuff like that I don't care for. Some of the root
Oh,
vegetables I'm not a big fan of, but oh look,
when was the last time you ate an entire jar?
I can relate to that. That's what happens to me when I get them out and open them up. Nobody else likes them here, so I end up eating them all.
Good.
Exactly. But
Yeah, that doesn't happen around my house. I mean, whatever I like, somebody's going to eat. So,
it's
other
just
than healthy food, right? No, I'm just kidding.
it's just my husband and I. He doesn't eat much of stuff like that. So if it gets opened here, anything, unless it's candy or something like that, he'll eat stuff like that. But if it's something else, it's like no, not gonna happen. So
No. No. So, we will be doing readings in just a few minutes, and love the interactions. I want to go back to what Angie says. My sister and I also leaned into our gifts about 2017, and I think I went to Tina's class in 2018.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Tina has been in here. Hopefully she still is. And yes, all of us connected due to that reason. And thank you. I do have a new, I'm going to say it right now, and I'll get with Jess in just a second. I have a new, what is it called? A new YouTube page, whatever, channel. And this is it. And it is for this particular
Oh, yeah.
live stream. So there's one person on there right now. So thank you for that. And I would encourage all of you, please follow, and subscribe, and also hit the notification button and make sure that anytime I'm on, you're notified, because that helps me a lot. And I'm
Yep.
not sure who is on there, but yes, I'm so excited that that one is finally working, up and running. So that's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm going to go back to.
Yes, Angie Lewis started about when I did. I remember we were in class together at Athena's place. So yeah, it has been about the same time frame, I think.
I'm with you on that steak. I'd rather have a nice rare steak right now than beets
Yep.
any day. Any day.
Oh yeah. No, I like a nice filet mignon. That's what I like.
Oh, okay.
Thick
You
and
would
rare.
take that over.
Unfortunately, I'm not vegan. It probably would do me good to be vegan, but I don't eat a lot of meat though. It sits very heavy for me. So I mostly eat fruits and vegetable salad, more stuff like
Yeah,
that.
me
But
too.
once in a while, I do like a juicy piece of good steak, something good, just a little.
Okay. So a lot of you have started in 18, 19, or 17, 18, 19. And I started in 22, because that's the time I made the decision, let's get this done. So,
I
and
think it
Sarah, are you
gets,
still there? Hmm?
I think it did for me. It gets to that point where like, you know what? Either gonna do it or not do it, and I need to just do it, get it done. And that's when I started actually putting some effort, in and doing that. So it was good.
Yeah. Just checking on everything.
Yeah, I see Love Goddess 18 or 19. Yeah, I think pretty much a lot of us were all that way. And like I said, I think we all probably had gifts our whole lives. We just didn't use them, or
Ah,
didn't know what they were.
yeah. And I'm a late bloomer. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate it. But I didn't stop. Once I started, I'm not. I
Mhm.
did, uh, because of different things that changed. I did stop going to Monday night for a little while, and I'm back at it. I was there for my third anniversary, so I'm so excited about that.
Cool.
Yeah, and then massive spiritual awakening in 2017.
Wow,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
cool.
2017 was when I sold or prepared my mother's house for sale, because she had passed, and ended that chapter. But 2 years prior to that is all I was doing was going back and forth between Arizona and Texas, and preparing my mother's house and her estate for finalization. And besides that, I got myself off of all pharmaceuticals and ran every day, ran a 10K every day.
Nice.
Yep. So,
Makes a difference. It does, honestly, since part of me this last year, not knowing what was going on with me, is that, like I said, for people that don't know me, I had a significant brain injury a year ago, a little over a year ago now, that really for a long time was very rough. I think I'm most of the way back, not quite all the way back from that. So I really didn't know if it was that or something else. So you start questioning this and that, but hey, Belinda.
Yeah, Belinda is from Monday night class as well.
Cool.
And I read her, was it Monday? I think it was Monday. Yes, because we did quiet readings. We wrote out our readings. So we did.
Was it automatic writing, or was it just?
I did what I call free writing. So it wasn't channeled supposedly, but um, it's what I started a long time ago. I know Tina has her own, uh, whether it's automatic writing, inspired writing, and stuff like that. I just know
Right.
when I started, after my initial, I think it took about a month or two, I just started writing everything down. And yeah, it was in October, and it helped me so much. Yes, I did. Okay, great. Yeah. So it's nice to see all of you coming in today. That Wendy is here, and it's like EJR right here.
Oh
Tina,
yeah.
what do you have to?
Everybody from class. Woohoo!
Yeah, it was
But yeah,
whole page. Yeah.
no, it's all good. I'm excited to be here. I was a little anxious and also excited, but yeah.
Well, I hope you can read it, Belinda. I know it was a whole page. I mean, the information just kept coming through. Only problem is, if I had a better pen or pencil with me, then I would have been able to probably write more. But no, they ended it nice and easy. It gave me, it was almost the entire 15 minutes, but yeah, it was nice.
Nice. I need to
So,
keep a journal. That's something I hear from my guides, is that I need to write. I don't. I know I have dreams, but I don't always remember them. Only when I'm lucid dreaming and I'm kind of in that half awake state. But I was told I need to write those down, and I need to start journaling too. I think it might have helped me go back and realize that things do ebb and flow if I could have seen the last 3 years now. But you start going back, and we don't remember. None of us remember, and
right.
back that far. So
And, and Jess, yeah. How did you do before the live today? Were you anxious?
you're talking about me?
Yes, because Jess says I get anxious before
I
every live.
was a little bit, and it's getting back to that same thing though. Like I said, with my gifts for offline for those few months, they've just started back the last couple of weeks, so I still don't know what I'm getting. So that's, you know what I mean. They've
Right.
been fine, so I'm not too worried about it one way or the other. But it's just kind of that way. So yeah, I was a little bit anxious, but excited to be here though. Like I said, I've things like this don't really, bother me too much. I did a lot of public speaking in my career. I was region manager for a bank over Arizona, so I did a lot of speaking to huge amounts of people, stuff like that, and traveling around. So, but this is, like I said, something I can't control. So it's a whole different feel for me doing this than it is. I can control all the other stuff. This is like out there, and I can't do anything about it. So if it comes in, it comes in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That was hard for me for a while to realize sometimes it doesn't, but it's all good. I just have to let it go and not think about it. And hopefully I don't seem too nervous. I'm really not too nervous, but like I said, hopefully it's.
Well, and there's all your friends in, Everything Just Rocks friends. It's our community. I mean, there's people from elsewhere too, but we're all one community. We're all one. So
yeah, I think that's been a big thing for me, is knowing there's community around me too. I've been, like I say, really blessed in so many ways with the people that I've met, good people, and not weird. I mean, when I first started, I thought, oh, this is such a weird life. It really isn't. Everybody's normal people that, but I think, I don't know, you think of it sometimes different, but no, it's great.
And Sarah is on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, and Sarah Lyle. And she says that 2018 at Tina's class for me as well. And she awoke in 2014.
Yep.
So she's been doing it a while. And we know that Susan Grayson, if she was on, she would be saying she's been doing it for 40 plus years. So.
Oh yeah. Honestly, Sarah, she probably remembers. I think I was her first or second spirit art drawing she did.
Oh, wow.
Tina's for the Sisterhood of Healer event that she does that first Sunday of every month. If anybody's looking to get a reading and a healing, Tina runs an event. It's free for people that want to come. They can get a 10-minute read, 10-minute healing. They can leave a donation if they want for food or help with other things there. But that's where I met her. And after that was over, we went out into the courtyard of Tina's house, and I still have those drawings.
Oh, wow.
Of hers. So yeah, they meant a lot to me. So thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate that. And after that, her skills as an artist went absolute crazy. Beautiful, beautiful renderings, of spirit coming through and stuff. So yeah, she's very, very talented. I'm not a good artist like that, but it's been amazing.
And Miss Tina.
Yeah. I see Tina's comment. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
And
Very
Sarah,
much so.
oh, and Sarah's saying, yes, I remember. Wendy was so kind.
Oh, it was great. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, like I said, I still have them. She did that one, and then she did one on my birthday. The first one was my mother and I. My mom has been in spirit quite a while now. My dad also. But my mom's around all the time. If I need a spirit, if somebody's struggling to get a spirit on a Monday night, it's like, come on, Mom. She's always there. She'll pop in, and she's got bright energy, and so all of that. So it makes it a little bit easier for people that have never read before, because she'll come in strong like gangbusters. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Even that, I remember my dad, when my mother was sick, my dad crossed first. I remember him walking behind me and standing over here on the right side of me, standing behind me. I could feel his energy on my shoulder. But at that point, I really hadn't experienced much in this world either. That was quite a long time ago, probably about the same time, 7 or 8 years ago. So it was weird to know that he was back there and just standing here. So kind of weird, Oh yeah. And see, I had vision since I was 5, didn't lean into it till I was in my 30s, 40s. Yeah. I wish I had started younger. For me, I was already later 60s. I'm, 70s now. And, I feel like I missed so much not figuring this out. Even the 7 years I've kind of known, letting those first 4 years just kind of go by, were a little bit of a waste now. When I look back, I could have been developing myself further, because that's what I'm looking for, is just self-development, figuring out how I fit, in this world, in this existence, and trying to live the best life that I can live. So.
Yeah. And as you said, it's divine timing and going with the flow. And when you're holding on to control, it's a lot more difficult. I know, because every day, every morning, and every night, I relinquish control, and then I surrender. But I won't get into that right now. I remember I had a dream. My band locker was locked and wouldn't open. And when I went to school the next day, that exact thing happened. I was in 6th grade. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a nice premonition.
Yep. I had a little bit of that growing up. I used to get more when I got a little bit older. When I would drive, that's when I could push my thoughts aside and spirit would come in. So I would drive for my lodge. I'd be on the road and I would get drop-in messages for people. I did that at the lodge too. I had a fishing and hunting lodge in Alaska for 17 or 18 years. I just sold it a couple of years ago, but maybe 3 years ago. But at any rate, I used to get messages for customers that would drop in up there just out of nowhere. It's like, tell them this, tell them that. That was even before the last 3 years, when I started trying to, do some practicing. But I would know if an accident happened to somebody, if they were sick, I'd be calling them and say, you're sick. What can I do to help you? That kind of thing. But I still only thought it was intuition. I thought I had a lot of intuition. I never thought it was, control is a big obstacle for me, Tina. You know me too well, huh?
Well, I think Tina was controlling for a while there, because she was big business, auto industry, and like she said many times, they had to give her a tower moment.
I was lucky, honestly, in business. Without me even knowing I had any gifts, I knew people would come in and interview. I had tons of employees, hundreds of employees, and they would come in and interview for jobs. And before I even hardly talked to them, I knew if they were going to be a good employee or not. It was just that sense of things. And so I think the spiritual world's been assisting me for a long time with lots of things. I just didn't know it was them.
Right.
All I knew is that I just knew some things. Didn't know how I knew them. Like I said, it just, but I wish I had started young. I see Angie said, I wish I had more guidance as a kid. So do I. I think I was probably pretty psychic when I was really young, just like Angela. I've been told I have her gifts, but I've never had the ability to use them. So I may have had them in another life. I was told that's where she got them. So I don't know. I can't communicate with guides like she does in this life at all. I hear a little bit from my own, but I don't talk to anybody else. Well, I get messages. I don't know. I don't actively speak to anybody else, like that.
Okay, Tina, where's your words? Quit saying you don't have the ability, because you won't. But when you start believing you do, you will. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but Tina is very adamant about this, because when you say I'm not good at mediumship, that means your mediumship guides are not. You
They
don't know
shrink back.
best. Exactly. So I'm developing my gifts. And I work, as you had said earlier, I work on it a lot. I mean, I practice every day what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we listen now and again, Tina.
Yes, I mean, it's so important. And I remember Dawn, and hopefully Dawn's here somewhere, saying that he wasn't good at mediumship. And she got after him in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And now,
me too.
yeah, and now he's on fire with his mediumship, and he's preparing a book. I'm just saying.
I remember him telling me he wasn't a medium. He said, I'm not a medium, Wendy. I am not a medium. And then I remember the story about him being in the line at the post office when there was a lady. I don't know if you remember that story, when he first saw a full figure spirit standing there like it was a person. There was a lady there, and she had a sippy cup, and her son had passed, but he was standing there with her. And like I said, she saw that and saw him, and all of a sudden he was gone. And it turns out that he was coming back, and that sippy cup was his child or something. I don't remember the exact story, but it was very similar to that, So
I was going to say, and he also had an experience at the Denver airport too, and he has that posted on Sonoran Mystic Tarot. So if anybody wants to see that, that is just enlightening. I hear Tina every time I say I'm not food at mediumship. I'm not.
Oh, good.
Food.
It should be good. I think she just went to F instead of G.
Oh, okay. I'm not good at mediumship. Okay. Yes.
She'll just come in and kick our butt a couple of times. It's a good wake up. Like I said, she keeps it real for me. I appreciate that.
Okay.
I do get into that mode. I mean, I wish I didn't ever get in my head, but I have a hard time shutting my mind down. My mind is always moving, always racing.
Do you meditate?
I sit in trance. I don't do as much meditation. I do meditate some.
Okay.
But I sit in trance, and I sit in the power, sit in the blend. So I kind of use that instead of meditation, I guess, because I am connecting with spirit in all of those different things. But I don't meditate enough, probably, if I'm honest.
I was going to say, those people who have constantly their information in their head going on, it's a little more deterring from meditation than those who can quiet their minds easily.
Even trance, it's the same thing. I mean, when I first started doing trance, just the introduction has probably been a couple of years ago when Kaz came over. They're still chattering in my head. I just couldn't shut it all down. I couldn't relax, but I've learned to do it in trance. So I imagine if I was doing meditations, I mean, I can knock out, but I usually drop in trance. It's just when I sit and they start coming in, whether it's healers or whether it's them, whoever I set the intention for, they just come in. So I I don't know. It's great. I mean, they know what needs to be done. They know what we need, all of that, and they just come in and do it. So it's a good thing. And like I said, the healing for me has been really a breath of fresh air, really a good thing for me. I really do love the healing modalities, and I'm learning more and more from lots of really good people that do it. So, and I've had work done on me. Tina's worked on me for on and off for the 7 years. Probably kept me running at this age. But I still do things that I'm still active. I still can do the things I need to do, and I'm really blessed that way because I've had some terrible accidents that have happened to me over the years. Racked my body up. I've broken my back very severely a couple of times, and things like that. So I know they're looking out for me all the time. So, and Wade, you're right.
And Tina, Miss Tina, Wendy mentioned Kaz. So when is Kaz coming? For those who are in the Phoenix area and want to learn more about what you were talking about. Now you said trance is what she was teaching
Trance
you?
and evidential mediumship too.
Okay. So I don't know what the classes that she's going to be doing this time around, but Kaz is coming back soon. So I wanted to let you guys know if there's any more spots. Tina, please give us the information in the chat. And then after that, thank you, Miss Tina. There you go. This is when she'll be there. And is it true she'll be doing reviews of your spirituality or something like that on Monday, the 21st? And you need to get a hold of Tina Escoto. You just type that into Google and you'll get Tina Escoto. I'm just saying. Yes, and Wade does practice dream yoga. So
cool. Yeah, that from what Tina's told me, Kaz is going to be it's almost like a life assessment to tell you where you are and all of that. So I don't know exactly. She could probably hop on and tell you more.
Right.
But I think it's almost like a review of where you are and how your gifts are going and all of that more than anything else. But yeah, I might go actually have one of those. I've been thinking about it.
I've been thinking about it too.
I don't get a lot of reading.
Yes, if she has a few spots left, and that's not many. So please, if you want to get a hold of her, please contact Tina Escoto. Like I said, just type her name. You'll find out where her center is immediately, because that's all I have to do in order to find her. Tina Escoto, and then it pops up. So.
She's got several good classes coming up too. Yes. So, for those of you that need to get into something that cultivates that self-confidence and everything, the classes are really great. They're on our website.
And Wendy's daughter will be there on one of those classes. I think it's October.
Sometime in October. So, and she's, I'm not saying it because she's my daughter, but she's really quite an amazing reader. The way she talks to the guides and sees them, she sees crazy beings, some that are made up of vapor, some that are trees with a face. The elementals, lots of different things. But yeah, it's really, I think sometimes some people, I know who a few of my guides are. I know my gatekeeper, I know some of them, but some people have never felt like they've had an interaction with their guides. And so when they come through, she can usually tell them at least who one of them is, so they can put a name and a face. And because she's been in medical school, she gets a lot of medical stuff for people that are struggling with medical. They show her some crazy stuff with that too that's been really helpful. So,
and I wanted to let you know that normally, where did something happen with her? Are you there, Wendy?
I'm here.
Something happened with
your camera. I don't know what happened.
That's your camera. What was going to say? Normally I would be.
Okay, I don't know what happened. I wasn't touching it, but something happened. Little blip.
Yeah. As most of you know, I'd be normally promoting the person that I'm interviewing, but Wendy doesn't have any set stuff. Other than her Alaskan lodge, Mystic Eagle Lodge. That's her business.
Majestic Eagle Lodge, yeah.
So, Majestic, yeah, okay. So, that definitely want to promote that, because that is, I would love to go up there to Alaska and see that.
I'm actually building a new house up there now, so I'll have a new house hopefully by the spring. I'll be in it. It's been 3 years coming since I sold the lodge. So Alaska is a very spiritual, magical place for me and for a lot of people. It's almost a solid meditation, Julie, up there. Honestly, life stops up there. Things don't move fast. There's not a lot of white noise. There's a lot, I get out on the water, and for me, that's just, even in my healings, I've got the tree elementals and water coming in now. Those are the two elementals that come into my healing sessions. They're amazing healers. I had never worked with them. I don't know if I ever really believed in them until I started having them come in, but those are all in meditations too. So I do some meditations. I just don't meditate every day like some people do. I will tell Angela hello. Absolutely.
And Don's saying he's still watching. He's watching from Facebook. So
Cool.
I keep going back and forth because my personal Facebook chat is not up and running for some reason on Facebook anymore. They want me to pay, I'm sure. And
yeah, something like
Bonnie
that.
is saying, tell Angela hello for me, please. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. It came up down the side of my
Yeah.
screen. So yeah, she would love to say hi. She's teaching now. She went back to school teaching for this school year, and so she's running a little wild right now. But
tuned in my hours.
okay.
Our quantum entanglement with downloads. Cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of that coming right now. My daughter also jumps timelines, stuff like that, and there's a lot of weird quantum stuff coming down the pipe. I don't understand it all myself. It's a little, I don't know if it's over my head. It's just not something I've really been exposed to much. I do know people that work in that realm though, and I believe in it. I just don't know much about it.
Okay. And we are past the 9 a.m. hour. I mean, it's 9:12. So if you guys are ready for reading, we will take a 2-minute break, and then we will be back to read. Go.
Cool.
We are back.
Yes.
And Jess, Angie, and Bonnie would like reading. So far, that's who wants reading. So, however you want to get started with it, Miss Wendy.
Jess, is that who we start
We
with?
can
Jess?
start with Jess, yes. And
Okay.
Jess is in Tennessee and lives in the same town as Bonnie. Just so you know.
I mean, I'm hearing right now that you're going through some kind of a transition. It might be some upgrades and things. Feeling like things are sometimes just a teeny bit chaotic in your mind. Um, but long range, everything will be fine. Um, I think it has to actually do with some of the gifts that you've got coming in. I'm just seeing that there's something in your life right now that's just a little bit chaotic, but I'm hearing that it will settle down. Let me see what else I can get. I'm not super tapped in quite yet, but let me see here. It's weird. I'm just hearing the word car a couple of times. So I don't know if you're having car issues or if you're looking for a new car or something like that. But yeah, I'm just hearing something to do with car. What are you getting?
Um, since you're talking about a car and maybe there's a problem, Tina is our car expert. So if you
Yeah,
feel anything for Jess as far as a problem with the car, please let us know. Okay.
I'm just hearing the word card, so I'm not car. I'm just not sure if it's something she's looking at cars, if she's looked at some cars lately, or if it's a problem she's had or something. I just feel like I'm just feeling like right now there's some kind of a, I don't know if it's a disconnect, just some kind of a little bit of not horrible chaos, but something like that in your life.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that makes sense. But I did hear also that things will work out fine. So um, just be patient. Might take a little bit of time. I didn't see like an immediate kind of thing, but
And I'm feeling a lot of anticipation for you. Pay attention to for a check engine light. Okay. That's what Tina's getting. And like I said, Tina, she was manager of a service, parts and service, uh, large car dealership. And when it comes to cars, she's the person to ask if there's a problem. So if you want a car reading, she's one. She reads a lot of things, but she does and heals. And I don't know if she can heal a car uh,
hey, now there's a new skill for you, Tina.
remotely or not. I'm just saying, but I wouldn't put it past her. Okay. But I'm feeling, Jess, I'm feeling a lot of anticipation, not anxiety, but it's like you want to get going, but being a projector as you are, and you're one heck of a projector. I'm just saying. I read your description and wow, girl, you have so many more gifts than you know. So please, please. Um, wow. I tell him all the time to speak what? Speak nicer to it. Ah, yes.
Yeah,
You have to.
I'm guessing that's what I'm feeling is just that little bit of anxiousness that I'm saying chaos minus minor chaos, but it just feels like things are a little bit
Yeah.
unsettled for you. But
And I know my mom named every one of her cars. She was very gentle with every one of her cars and they lasted. My brother has my mother's car. That's how long things have lasted. So,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just saying. But yeah, as far as you're concerned, Jess, um, your energy is fabulous. Just keep going. Um, I know your, I know your sacral energy, but this is their words, not mine. You have wobbliness in your solar plexus. Why is it wobbling? That's what they need you to discover why it is wobbling. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. And that's another thing they're saying. If nothing's going to fall down, nothing's going to get deterred. Why that word? I don't know. Yet calmness is not what you need in your solar plexus. You need to light it the fire. So I hope that helps at all. But yeah, and Wendy and the upgrades, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm hearing too that her solar plexus, she may have some people that are minor energy vampires that might be pulling energy from your solar plexus. So pay attention to who you spend time with and who's around you. If you start feeling tired or, for no reason you get sleepy, they might be pulling that energy from your solar plexus. It might be why it's off a little bit for you. I'm just
Yeah.
hearing that. Not
And that's the other reason they want you to put a fire in the solar plexus to ward off this the energy vampires.
exactly. And sometimes I learned a little something about a month ago that when that's happening, look away from the person you believe is pulling that energy from you, and usually it'll break that energetic pull. So I'm trying to think. I don't remember who I heard it from, but I've tried it, and it actually does. Sometimes you're sitting there just almost going to sleep because that energy is pulling so hard. So anyway, if you look away, it causes that sometimes to stop. But I would just be careful, with that.
I'm going to put it in here so she sees it. That helps. Um,
And stay grounded. Stay grounded too. I feel like there might be some times where you're not very grounded in your body. Maybe get out in nature, walk in your bare feet or whatever. Just something that might help you stay really grounded. It'll help you deal with what's going on in your life. That little bit of unsettled stuff that's hanging around.
yeah. Now there's more activity in your solar plexus. You're paying attention. Wear mirror pendant. Yes. Miss Bonnie.
True. Honestly, that's true. I've heard of that. I haven't ever done it, but I've heard it before. I don't associate with too many people that sometimes it's on purpose. We're giving up our energy. And we get it back from people, you know what I mean? If we're sitting or whatever, but when it's just a one-sided thing where, there's some people that just do that. It's how they get through. And you're right. I mean, if that worked, hey, I don't have one, but still an okay idea.
Yeah. And then some headaches. Need to ground. Yeah. Definitely get grounded. I didn't feel that you are grounded, but there's so much positive energy around your legs and your body.
Mhm.
So it's kind of masking the fact that you're not grounded. But I do feel lead on the bottom of your feet.
Mhm.
Okay. And Miss A5 says,
Oh, hey,
so are we going to give,
how are you
I was
doing?
going to say, are we going to give her a love reading? Right, Bonnie?
Love reading, huh? All right. Love reading. Mm.
No, not a love reading for she doesn't like it.
For Angie, is that what she
No, no,
wants? I've got a
no.
little.
She doesn't like love readings. That's just a joke we inside joke we have with Bonnie and Miss Angie and yeah.
Too bad I actually got a hit for, but I won't say it now. No. Anyway, for Angie, actually, I'm feeling like things are really pretty good for you right now. Seems like you're plenty busy at work. You're able to get away. I think that keeps things moving for you. I think it keeps your vibration up high when you travel and go out with friends and do things. And but yeah, I'm not really feeling like there's a whole lot of negative stuff coming your way. It feels like your life is a little hectic, like you've just got almost overwhelmed at times, with things. There's a lot of people that love attention from you that like to be around. Um, but I feel like you're in a good place. I think you're moving forward more and more and more. In the spiritual stuff, I think you're really already really good. But I think I do see, I am feeling like some kind of a little bit of a love connection, maybe 3 to 6 months from now, a little bit more into the future, but um, not somebody in the spiritual world. Um, I heard my guide say, but you can make him that. So I don't know. Everybody does need love. Honestly, that's so true. But I don't know. I would just pay attention. I don't think it's somebody you're going to meet in a normal way like you have in like classes, in your readings, or even in your trips. I think it's just going to be, it might be an invitation. It might be at some event, not like a bar or anything like that, but something else. But I don't know. We'll see in several months from now if that comes to pass. But I think your guides might think you need love just because we all need love. We all need to feel appreciated. We all need love. We all need, those people around us. So yeah. But no, I don't see. I'm not hearing anything at all bad for you. Only good stuff. You're moving forward. You know, everything's good.
Oh.
How about you, Mr.
Well, I keep getting this song in my head, and it's like every time I went to look it up, it sent me somewhere else. So I think it's "Don't Hurry, Love." Hold on, I'm just double checking. Yeah, Phil Collins. I think that's it. Lyrics. Hold on. Yeah, this is it. The bed. Just have to wait. Love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. So, I mean, that was popping up for you immediately, um, Angie. Oh, wow, Wendy. Things feel eerily calm. No highs and no lows.
Oh yeah, there was just not much to even. It's like crazy, but I think good things are coming. And like I said, I didn't get it as something that was going to be in the immediate time frame. It might be, like into next year and whatever. And it might be on your travels too. I see your message there. Looking forward to more travel. It might be something to do with that too. You might meet somebody when you're out traveling. I'm hearing that it will be somebody that will be open to what you do, but not somebody that's already in this world. So it might be somebody that, yeah, hey, big deal, 50. I've got underwear in my drawer older than 50. No, I'm teasing. Not quite, but hey. But no, it's age kind of becomes a non-existent thing. Honestly, once you get up a little ways, it's just life. If you live a good life, and you obviously have fun, you do the things you want to do. You're beautiful. You have lots of friends. I mean, life is going really well for you. 50's not old. Not anymore. We live old now.
I was going to say, she just said how old she was earlier today, and I'm a little bit behind her.
I'm 73. I'm not ashamed of where I am. I mean, I wish I had picked things up a lot younger. Like I say, we always have regrets about what we've done, but I'm always busy. I stay busy, and I think that's the secret to living a long, good life is staying busy and doing the things you love and doing it with people you care about. All those things make life worth living. So, if we can do that, I think that's what this needs to be, but no, I don't think it's going to be that slow. I mean, come on, 3 to 6 months is not that slow.
And I'm feeling the South, and they're showing me New Orleans to Florida. So somewhere in there. Oh, and the word Atlanta just popped up. I don't know if you're planning on going to it, but something about Atlanta.
I'm hearing casino when you said Atlanta.
Oh, okay,
casino.
cool.
Casino. So maybe you'll a trip there to the casino there.
My husband is being created in a test tube. You know how you and I think it's Alicia write letters or talk about your future husband, you write letters to them. There was a guy on YouTube writing letters to his future wife. And it's like, I hope these ladies see this guy. He looked pretty good to me, but that's me. So
I definitely believe in manifesting. If you manifest the right husband, I think he'll come along. Maybe they will make a custom one for you, a designer husband. That's what I want. I've been married 55 years next month. So
and you still want a designer husband.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately or fortunately, marriage is rough. It's a rough institution. You either, live with the highs and lows, or it's a hard thing. But anyway.
Definitely not Atlanta.
Not Atlanta. I heard casino so clear. It was like casino.
Something about football. I'm just saying. That's something about football got you to Atlanta. Don't know why, but something about football. And then the casino, that, yeah, I don't, there's only one casino I go into, and that's just to get to the Eagle Buffet. I figure I'm safer that way. I'd rather eat than gamble myself. Okay. All right. Wait, sorry, my trying to get that. Okay, there goes. All right. So, anything else? Anything else for Miss Angie?
Mm, I'm just hearing keep doing what you're
Yeah,
doing, that things are fine. Just make sure you're paying attention and taking care of yourself. I think
the
that's,
biggest.
I heard self-care. So I think maybe self-care where you're so busy is something that maybe you need to address a little bit more than you are right now. But I mean, that's up to you. I don't know what you do from a standpoint of self-care. I'm just hearing that maybe that would just pay attention to that is all. Make sure you're taking care of you first.
Hi, Curtie. Welcome in. Yes, I gave my husband a name about 5 years ago, speaking him into existence. Oh, okay.
Cool.
Oh, I met a guy last night, and he was doing his fantasy football draft.
There's your football thing right there.
And it's the person who gets you there, or the people who get you there, is more um, just a group of people having fun. So that's what I'm getting. No connections at that point. That's why you're getting casino. Maybe.
Yeah, it probably is why I'm hearing casino, because it was really loud and clear. Casino, casino.
Yeah. And you might be, yeah, you'll be able to put money down on something that will help you out financially. We invited me to the draft and we chatted it up. Where is the draft? Is it going to be in Atlanta? I'm just saying.
Huh? Wouldn't that be something? Huh?
Yeah. Football, Atlanta, and then you're gonna put money down on something, and it's gonna be financially a financial windfall. Okay. I hope that helps. At least gives you something to look forward to. And Miss Bonnie's in.
Bonnie. How is Bonnie?
She just got out of the hospital. I'll say that
Ooh.
and let her fill out from there. But yes, please continue to send Bonnie prayers, love, and healing.
You write it down. I'll put you on my healing list, Bonnie. I have a list of a bunch of people. Sometimes I do healings and they go out and find the right healer for all the people on that list. I come in and work on them. So I'll go ahead and put you on that list. Bring pyrite, a money stone. Yeah. I see that. Definitely a money stone.
Yeah.
That and the gold stone too. I carry gold stone once in a while.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
Same thing. They're all both good money stones. So you'd love a reading. Let's see if I'm getting anything. Let me sit here for a second because nothing's popping right in.
That was at a bar. Okay.
Probably the draft from our side, I'm guessing, because we get players through the drafts and stuff. But the actual draft probably was somewhere. I bet it was in Atlanta. Probably why you got it.
Or it's going to be in Atlanta in 2026 because that's the next draft.
Yep. I'm hearing the word just right now. Something's upsetting you. Not even upset. I'm hearing more. It's more of a frustration. I'm almost feeling like you're frustrated because you feel like this meat sack that we wear as our body is failing you of sorts. Not failing you totally, but you know what I mean? That you're starting to see a few chinks in the armor and that making you question like your mortality, or maybe just how things will move for you going forward. Um, I'm feeling like there's just a little bit of maybe a little financial stuff going on too. And I'm hearing that'll work out fine too eventually, but you might have some ups and downs with that over the next while. Some unexpected maybe expenses that came into the household. Mm, it's funny, I'm seeing a little dog, a little kind of a white and tan dog, and I'm hearing that somehow that little dog will help you get through since your surgery. So I don't
That's
know.
Charlie.
Oh, okay. um, anyway, I think Charlie is actually working on you. If you noticed him yawning or
Sure.
whatever, I think he's transmuting some of that energy when you're healing. Because I'm seeing him in my head.
Yeah. Charlie's
Um,
female, just so you know. Yes.
yeah, I agree with Tina. It's you have to take time when you have surgeries or anything else. I absolutely agree with that. I'm one that pushes, pushes, pushes for the people that know me close. Fortunately or unfortunately, sometimes to my detriment, but I like to be busy, so I push because I've always felt like if I ever stop, that I won't be able to start again in the 70s. I've just seen people do that. They take a back step and they have a harder time. So, but you're going to be fine. I'm hearing you're going to be absolutely fine. Um, take the time you need. I think things will be fine with your life. I'm just feeling like somewhere there's like a little bit of something like that. Something, maybe it's medical bills, maybe it's something else, but just something that's dragging on you a little bit right now that will work itself out for you. Uh, I'm hearing just patience. You need quite a bit of patience. Um, and you just need to sit back. That's the hardest absolute thing for me to do in the world. But, you know, it doesn't help when we start getting anxious about things. We get upset. We start questioning things. It makes our bodies get a lot of inflammation, and we have problems anyway. So it makes it worse in the long run. Inflammation, I think, is our enemy for any of us, no matter what our age is. So, um, so yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing.
And I'm feeling very weak on your giving side. Basically, what they're telling me on that it is about you right now. And if you need help, if you need assistance, you ask for it. And they're almost telling me you demand it. It's like it's payback time. Everyone needs to come and help you. You've helped plenty. And not that you need to have that attitude because you don't. But your guides are having that attitude for you. They're gathering all that they can to help you. But you're very weak in your giving hand. It's painful. And it's at the base. Well, it's going from your thumb down the base of your palm all the way up uh, the pinky finger. And so this is about the pinky finger is about communications, and the thumb is moon, and it is the love and light, of course. With communications, that means Mercury. So that's where it is. But your hand is very weak. So stop giving. It's time to receive. Okay. And the only person you give to right now, you. I mean, they're very adamant about this. You need to take care of you. You keep putting off the small things, and then they get bigger and bigger. I know last year you went through a lot of tower moments. Well, this one was huge. I don't know how huge it was, but I know it was huge. So I hope that helps, Bonnie. This is you. Whatever you need, Just ask for it. Send out the call.
You can't pour from an empty cup. You
No.
know, if your cup's not full, you need other people to help you. And I'm hearing your children
Yes.
in particular are the ones that you need to call and say, look, I raised you, I had you, I need help now. It's hard to ask sometimes, really hard to ask, but because you're a very strong woman, you know, being a nurse all those years and everything else, you normally are the person taking care of everybody else. But this time around, it's all about you. So just make sure you take that time for you. Love you.
Yeah, I love you. Okay. Yep. Okay, what does my future business look like? Wow. What do you get?
I'm going to really think on this one because I know you so well. We've talked about it already together. Let's see.
Hey, if you want us to ask your family, you let us know, and we'll be glad to give them a call. I'm just saying.
Oh, I can too. Absolutely. We'll do a conference call. We'll get them straightened out, won't we, Julie?
Yes, yes.
Anyway, we
No
love you,
worries.
Bonnie, and I'll stick you on my healing list. I've already written it down, so I'll put you on that. And you'll get some healing there, and you know, take care of yourself. We love you. Wish you were here, but it'll all be fine. It's all going to work out. It's just a matter of time and patience, and that's so difficult. But get some help. Julie's right. You really do need to count on the people. I've been blessed that when I've been really down and out, I have had people in my life that have helped me emotionally, physically, in lots of ways. So anyway, you know what's funny, Tina, is I really haven't thought about you doing platform mediumship, but in my head, I just saw you standing up in front of people doing platform mediumship. So I don't know if that's something that'll come forward in the future. I still believe that. I mean, I'm seeing you doing healings too, so I still believe that's where things are going. I think more and more in the future, it'll be a lot less of anything like readings and stuff, and it's going to be more higher advanced stuff. People are going to be coming to you for serious health problems. They're going to hear about your capabilities working with different things. And I think it's only a matter of time. You know, the internet and advertising and everything else is getting so far out, reaching so many people in different places around the world. We're not closed in anymore. I mean, sitting here today, we probably have people from all over the place.
Yes, we do.
Here. So I think for you, I think it's about reaching a bigger audience. I'm hearing you've got the connection.
What are you seeing?
It's funny. And I don't even use the word. I don't know if you've ever heard me. I heard that sometimes you're wishy-washy about what you want to do. That you need the direct spirit, what you want your future business to look like. That you need to make that choice, and then you need to manifest the choice that you make. But like I say, the two things they showed me were healing and platform mediumship. So how to reach more people?
Thank you, Love Goddess.
I don't know. I think maybe you need to look for platforms that are international, or maybe piggyback, do some things with people. Maybe you could do an event with somebody like Scott Milligan or something like that. Or if Chris comes back, maybe put on an event at Rising Phoenix or something like that. Just find a way to get yourself out there for more people than the people that are all around you all the time. Because we love you and we give your name out and stuff. But the truth is, our circle of influence isn't as large as it should be for you, because you've got gifts, healing gifts that, I mean, I feel like I've gotten to be with them doing the healing, a much better healer, a pretty good healer. But you take it to a whole new level, you know, working on things that are very high level. You know, you've got your healers are a little more advanced than what I have. So I think ultimately it's going to be that, and who knows, someday maybe it'll be demonstrations of seances or something like that. I've seen that too, but we've already talked about that. I do see that. I don't see it in the absolute near future, but I do see it maybe down the road for you where you're doing seances. There's just so many people now that are backing out of it because of the liabilities and stuff of doing it. So I think you're going to need to reach more people away from Arizona, I guess is my thing. So maybe it is just pairing up with people, and maybe they're not even famous people, but just pairing up with people that are in other places so that you can reach some of those people too, because your gifts are unique, their gifts are unique. We all are on our own path. We all do our own things. So there's no competition. It's not really a competition. It's really a working relationship, more of sorts, is kind of what I'm getting. But
And as soon as you put up that you want to know about your business, I saw a large stadium, and you are the only one on, not a stadium, sorry, large auditorium, larger than the one we had in ISF. It's large. And you are the only one on the stage. And you are, there is a large, mega, yeah, large screen behind you, but you are standing to the left as I'm looking from above uh, in the seats, and you're walking around and you're talking to somebody. There was somebody down um, first or no third row. They're saying that you are actually healing without being touching them. They haven't come up or anything. They're sitting there, and you're talking to them, but everybody's watching, because those who can see, who are clairvoyant, can see the energy exchange. Those who can feel the energy exchange. And this is you doing it on your own. And what I'm being told is your holdback is, I hate to say it, your family. You're always worried about your family and how this is going to affect them. And they want me to reassure you, or you to be reassured, that the universe has your back, and that what needs to happen will happen for them. But you've got to let loose. It's like you're sort of what you were saying. You're caged in here at Phoenix, and you need a bigger stage,
big
much
audience. Mm-hmm.
large, very large audience. And how to get there? The first word they're telling me is trust. You need to do it. So I would be healing with my voice. Yes, that's
Cool.
what I'm seeing. And the person didn't even get up. They're sitting there. Whether they're sitting there in a wheelchair, or their wheelchair's next to them, or whatever it is, but they're just sitting there. Their hands are open, their eyes are closed, but all of us can feel the energy in the room. Well, those who can feel the energy. Those who can see the energy. And it's being televised as well as being in person. So take the steps, write it down, write down what your vision is for this. How do I get there? Each step will be brought to you. But securing your home, no, they're just saying securing home. I was going to go with home life. No, securing your home is the first step, so that you are not concerned about what's happening at home. You've got to let go of all of that. Someone else needs to handle that while you rise and you escalate your abilities. Wow. This is what I'm seeing for you. And I keep seeing you
Mm-hmm.
right
I
there.
see it too. I think that's what I thought was platform mediumship, a big her talking and up there. So yeah, I don't disagree. I think that's right.
Helping people set up their businesses. She is a photocopy herself, kind of like a brand ambassador. Yes, helping focus on their dominant abilities. Yes.
Well,
But
think
you're,
about it. There's tons
yeah.
of people out there just because of you, Tina. You've put so many people into this world. We've all studied with you and love you. And it's just, you've already made so much more impact on people's lives that you don't even see. You have changed hundreds and hundreds of lives and paths going forward. So, and it'll only continue to get better, you know? So it's awesome.
Um, if there's an opportunity for you to do a cruise, do a cruise. If there's an opportunity for you, um, oh, Tyler Henry's name just popped up. To meet Tyler Henry and talk to him about how he got where, no, not how he got where he is. I think everybody knows that kind of that story, but, and not on his coattails, but manager, somebody who's managing him is going to see more in you as well. Not to drop him or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But to get you to the next step. To get you started, not the next step. Get you started in your multimedia example of a true healer. You're going to be doing physical mediumship. You're going to be doing all sorts of things in front of multiple hundreds. Wow. Yeah, I think he is, or I think he was coming here. I thought I saw that something he was coming to Phoenix.
He was here. He was here a while back, I think.
Oh,
I don't know if he's coming back or not, but you're right. I think Vegas is where he's doing a residency for a while now. So that might be a thing. Road trip.
yeah. Yeah.
But no, I like that. His name's Ears on Fire. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Hopefully it's all good.
Yes, and Wendy is your ambassador today because
Mm-hmm.
she
Well,
hasn't started a
Angie's
business.
doing a pretty good job of it too.
Well, yes, and but I meant because I'm interviewing you, and yes, Angie, I know all of us. We talk about Tina all the time. Uh, Tuesday night class, we talk about Tina. We talk about what happened in Monday night class. I mean, yes, we're all here with her. Even Umber mentioned you, Tina, in Tuesday night class. So yes, road trip. So definitely, there's so much more. I thought I heard he's coming
Yeah,
back
that's
in the
awesome.
years.
Yeah, he's an amazing kid. And I mean, he's just a kid. Think of what he'll be even years from now. Even crazy gifts. Really good. That's amazing.
Well, as long as he stays humble and on the right path, because
Humble and grounded. Yeah.
we've heard a lot of problems in the spiritual world with
Well,
some
it's
people
ego.
who,
Our ego starts to get into
yes,
things, and our ego's
exactly.
our enemy. It really is. I mean, yeah, all that self good, not good enough. We got to not as good as so and so. It's all that ego that comes in and says all that. It's not really us. But yeah,
And normally I would end this quickly, but there are a couple people on that I want to go. Wendy, do you have a few more minutes? Can you stay a little
sure,
bit longer? Okay.
sure. I
So,
know there are a couple of people that one of them said they really needed a reading. So yeah, that's absolutely fine.
which one said they really needed reading? Because
I can't see it now. It's
okay,
but it's down a little ways in the comments. I'm seeing down the side. She
yeah,
just I've been waiting. I really need
you
a
can
reading.
scroll through. Um,
Can I scroll through here?
yeah, you can scroll. Robin was next, and Liz has been waiting. Yeah, she gets on the list and never get called. I don't know who else, but remember tonight, Angie, you're here, so I need to ask. Oh, Miss Curti. Yes, Curti.
Okay, ABHI is who I'm seeing. Can
Well,
I
I know.
really? Do you have
Yeah,
her on the list?
her name is actually Curti, so I do know Curti.
Okay,
And we'll try our best. But remember, everyone, Angie, I hope, will be on this evening along with Dawn. And hi, Shelly. Um, So they will be doing readings. Mr. Victor's in the house. Yeah.
Awesome.
I can put you on the list, Victor, but there's no way we can get to you. I'm saying. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was. Tina, I send you so much love. Oh, and support and prayers. Hey, and Robin knows you through us. I'm just saying. Right, Robin? So all these people know your name because we make sure they do. Okay, let's see. So thank you, Tina. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's what I saw earlier.
Okay.
It was down the way.
All right. We'll get Kurti taken care of. And Liz, you and Sarah, I'm going to do my best to get to you. Can I really have a reading today? Never wanted to it so badly. I have taken one of the boldest decisions today. Wanted to know if I can be added to list. You're on. So, what was the huge decision today?
I'm hearing it had to do with your job, what you're doing.
I know it's Kurti. Yeah. I love her energy.
Yeah, I feel like it has something to do with your job, something that you do every single day. That you've decided to do something totally different. Um,
I'm being told don't be anxious about it. You made the decision,
it's done.
so you've got to back yourself up. I don't know what you mean by that.
Hmm.
She is in India, everyone. So we do
Okay.
have international. Victor is from Sweden.
I feel like this is something that's going to affect your whole life.
It
I
is.
feel like it's got something to do with your work and what you do. Um, and only that it's going
Yeah.
to be a while. It won't be an immediate um,
I
great
felt
thing. It's gonna
family.
be good. It's going to be good.
Yes,
Put down,
exactly.
okay. Yeah, I feel
You
like the decision. I got a good warm feeling about the decision you made. Does that also? I'm seeing something to do with job too. Does that have something to do with what you do? I mean, you left because you were unhappy. They weren't treating you in a way that you felt like you were respected.
yeah.
So that's why you've left your in-laws. But I still feel like there's something that's going on in your life that has to do with the way that you're earning money. You know, you're free now. You've cut all those ties from these people. Energetically, your energy is going to get better. Your vibration's going to go up because you've been in a totally negative situation for a while. That's
Yeah.
been dragging you down, making you
Toxic.
upset. Um, so honestly, I'm feeling like you feel a whole lot lighter, almost like something's been lifted away from you and that you can now move forward in anything that you want to do. And you're very capable. I'm feeling like you've got many gifts, that you're really bright and fully capable of moving forward in your life in a really good way. Um, I think going forward, everything's going to be better for you. The relationship you have with family, with friends, um, the relationship you have with yourself being the biggest thing. I
Yes.
think you've been down on yourself. I feel like you've been questioning your self worth because of what they've said to you. You've questioned what kind of person you are. Um, they've made you feel like you're not enough, like you're not good enough. But that's over now. Spirit wants you to know that that is no longer around. You've made the break, you've left. They're telling me be patient.
Yes.
The patterns you have won't change overnight because you've been doing the same thing the same way for so long that this isn't going to be an immediate fix where you'll feel so much better, but to actually totally, there's still going to be some things that you have to break free from a little bit. It's like you can kind of cut the cords and cut the ties with people, but when you do that, other things tend to kind of they're little things that keep coming up, just little things that people in common, I don't know, just different things like that. So just Spirit's just saying, be patient. Don't feel like this has to happen in a hot minute. It can take a little longer, but know that you did the right thing, that this is going to put you on a much better path than you're on before. And I'm hearing ultimately some of these people you're breaking away from will see kind of the error in their ways. And at some point, I'm hearing way down the road, there might still be it won't be a super close relationship, but you might be able to be friends and actually come into some kind of a relationship with them again, even though you've walked away now, that they may see things haven't been good for you, based on what they've done. So that's kind of what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
I'll put you in my healing circle too, Robin. The healers are wonderful, the emotional healing too.
No, I think Robin is saying that for Kurti. Prayers for continued peace and strength.
Yep.
And the song I got for you, Kurti, and I know you might have put Abhi. Abhi is actually her husband's name. Kurti, the song I got for you is I Won't Back Down, Tom Petty song. And I know that might not be your normal music, but I will stand my ground and I won't back down. Very, very important. And this is where you need to just embrace the strength that you have. Call in whatever entities you want to help you build that strength. But you've got this. This is about you. I'm glad you finally chose yourself, because I've always felt that there were energy vampires and they were just tearing you apart. No, I have walked on a healthy note.
Good.
Beautiful.
There's somebody there too. I don't know if it's a spouse or someone else that is, I feel like they're close to you and they're going to help you with this sort of battle that you need to fight that's happened. I almost feel like it's somebody close to you, somebody in your family or something maybe that's walking closely beside you that will help you get through this. But no, you've got the fight left in you to do this. You can do this. You just have to want to do it and go for it. And you already have. You've already shown by walking away that you've got the strength, the inner strength to do whatever you want to do. You can move forward. You can do it. Absolutely.
And I know you said you're not fighting, and I get that. But what we're saying is it's not about physically fighting or verbally fighting. We're talking about fighting for your right to be you.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've got to embrace yourself, and you have. And I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of that you finally got this. And yes, it took 10 years. Yes. And believe me, I know we've all been through something that has taken us a long time to get through. But for you to do it, more power to you. You've got this. And just
okay, husband. So you have a husband.
Good. Yeah. Abby is her husband, and for him to back you up, that just makes it a lot easier than you having to do it by yourself. Doesn't mean you couldn't have done it by yourself. I know you could have, or you have the strength to do it, but please. Yeah. And let us know, but you've got this, and your brother's helping too. Good. So you've got this. Just know you're doing the right thing. And what we mean about fighting, it's more like setting your boundaries. Do not let those people come back in. You set your boundaries, and do not let them wiggle their way in at all. You're protecting you. So proud of you. I don't know what to say other than that. It's so happy that you.
Life will be good. It'll feel like it hasn't for a long time, and it doesn't have to be fist fighting. Sometimes that internal struggle is worse. The wounds that you don't see are worse than the ones you can see. Always.
Yeah. And I have to pull one of these up just for the fun of it. Let me find out. Which one do we want? Oh, we want. Let me see if this one's. It's with your regular reading and motivating me. And we have love for you, just love. Okay, this is the one they suggested I pull up. And this is just because it has a broom does not mean it's witchy. Just, I call my power back to me. I call my energy back to me. I call my magic back to me. I am cleansed and disconnected, exactly, from anything that may drain me. I am shielded from any energy that does not serve me. I am safe. I am protected. I am whole. And so it is. This is so powerful for you today. I hope you felt that as much as I did, because that is 100% for you. Yes, this time there's no going back. Yep.
Yep.
Don't even look in that rear view mirror. It has nothing to do with you. Yeah. And now you're going to create your own heaven on earth.
Yep.
So proud of you.
I believe that, absolutely. It feels like you're just so much on the right path right now. That's good, really good.
I'm just saying that for her culture there, Jess, because she has a different culture than we do, and that's why she was living with her in-laws. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah, down there, family goes on and on and on forever. Almost, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Sarah, are you still here? Please let me know. And Liz, because Liz says every time she gets on, she never gets it. So she gets a reading. So she's saying, is it going to be 5 years? How long is it going to be? So we'll get you today if you're still here. You or Sarah come in, and then we'll do it. And so, yeah, we've got prayers for you. Oh,
yep.
So grateful. Okay, St. Michael is a brilliant asper. Yep. And again, Victor, it has to do with culture too. Oh, and yes, Miss Sarah is here. I had pinned her earlier. So it's Sarah Lyle, and she's watching from a different channel, but she is here.
Liz is here too.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Sarah, and then we're going to go to Liz, and that'll be it for the day, because we started on these reads a little bit later than normal. Okay. All right. So
Boy, Sarah, I feel like you've had an aha moment recently. First thing I heard as soon as you said it was your name is that something has clicked, or something you've been working on is coming to fruition. Something I just heard that you had an aha moment, something that I'm hearing waited for, and something's now starting to come to fruition, something you've really wanted to happen. I'm hearing that your gifts in some ways have been a little up and down like mine over the last years, and it's caused you, I don't know, some anxiety and some issues. But I think what's coming now, what I'm feeling is some of that has lifted, that the connection has changed and it's gotten much better, and that things in your life are settling into place, starting to settle into place. So things are going better, that there's been quite a bit of, I don't know if you'd call it upheaval over the last while, but that finally there's starting to be a little more peace in your life, and things are starting to go more as you want them to go. I'm hearing there's still some work to do. I'm hearing you're not speaking your truth about something. See if I can figure out what it is. It's somebody well. I don't know if it's somebody close, like a family member, but there's something between you guys that you need to speak your truth about. I'm feeling it in my throat. And And I think when you let that go, whatever that something is, that things will even settle in more for you. I'm seeing the sun in my mind. So I believe better times are coming, sunnier times. I'm almost hearing you've had some kind of a new relationship come into your life. I don't know if it's a new friend, maybe. I'm hearing that relationship will probably get stronger too. I'm not sure what that relationship is all about, but that there is someone newer that's come into your life for a purpose that you need. So I think that relationship will come and help you pick up some of the pieces that haven't been falling into place for you. Maybe like pieces of a puzzle. Maybe there's a little bit of something that didn't quite, fit in together. But whoever this person is, they may help you find that thing that helps those puzzles fit together or whatever. Probably not making sense, but that's the way I'm hearing it. So that's about what I'm getting now. I may get some more stuff, but what are you getting, Julie?
Okay. I loved how you said that something that she had an aha moment and something new is coming in. Oh, I'm not sure who you're writing this for, Miss Jess, but I'm getting that for Sarah as well.
I'm hearing "Here Comes the Sun," the song. When I saw the sun, that was playing in my head. Beatles song.
Well, yeah, and she got the guitar there, so yeah, here comes the sun. So yeah, what do we got for Sarah? I'm just hearing new. A lot of newness coming in. There's still more gifts coming. Many more. And action and integration. What is the other word you got for me? And busyness is going to increase. And what they're warning is don't be anxious about it, let it flow. All of a sudden, there's unease, heavy unease in your solar plexus. Let it flow, let it flow. You're going to be fine. And no, they want me to drive this home. It is on your left side. It has nothing to do with any other problems or any physical problems in your body. They want me to assure you that this is spiritual blockage until you release this anxiety and trust, believe in your gifts and the ones that are coming. Wow. Okay. Let's see what we got. Also, 3 little birds on my doorstep singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true, saying, "This is my message for you." Wow. Thank you, Wade. Anything else for Sarah? And then they want remind me of patience.
Patience and trust. I heard trust as well. Patience and trust right now is going to be a big deal for her.
Yeah.
But it's coming. It's going to come. So.
But let go of this all of a sudden on your left side. And they want me to make sure you knew it was on your left side, not your right. To let go of this before it escalates to something else.
It's patterns. It's patterns that you've gotten into that aren't serving you well. I'm hearing the word patterns. So I think you've developed some bad habits, some bad patterns in your life that need to be broken a little bit so you can, not broken, but just realigned a little bit. That'll be more in line with your purpose and what you need to do.
Yeah, they're telling me it needs to be flipped. The script needs to be flipped.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if Sarah's commenting. I don't see any.
Seen anything come on, but I might not be seeing all the comments. But
Right. Well, I do have. She was on my personal Facebook, and it's not popping up. You can scroll through those comments. They will move for you if
yeah,
you scroll up and down.
I
Okay.
just haven't seen anything come up. I can see them really clear down the side of the screen, but yeah, I haven't seen her comment at all. But I think she is here. I'm feeling like she's here still.
Yeah, she is. Um, and I got my selenite. I got to pull this out because it's really getting to me. Also, Sarah, they want me to remind you that I am practicing. I'm working on human design. So if you can get a hold of me and we can do human design later, I can look at your chart if you allow me to. And Don, if you're still here, I have access to your chart. If you give me permission to look at it and read it, I appreciate that. And Jess, thank you for your information. I've got that. So, wow. Okay, one last read, and that will be Miss Liz. Okay, we're fine. You see, it seems no matter when I hop on, I never am lucky enough to get a reading.
Well, Liz, I'd give you one outside of this.
Oh my. This is a lot of mess.
Boy, today I'm not hearing trust for you, but I'm hearing patience. And I know you've gone through lots and lots for a very long time with your back and everything, all the surgeries, but I don't feel like all of that's going to resolve really soon, which isn't what you want to hear. It's just what I'm hearing. I think things will get better, but I think you're still looking at.
Sorry.
They're telling me, and it might be hard to hear, they're telling me that some of the things will probably not ever come all the way back quite, but you will get to the point where things are a lot better than they are right now, especially with pain. I'm hearing that that's something ultimately you'll get a better handle on. They'll have things that will help you more with that. But I'm hearing there's been enough physical damage that some of it you'll need to probably learn to function with it. I think it's really important that you do get regular healings. I've told you I'd be happy to come over and do those every so often on you. I can tell you I'm working on my husband, and Steve, he begs for healings now because he's had problems with a deviated septum in his nose and he can't breathe at night. The healers are taking that away, and they're working on other things. He's feeling better than he has in a long time. So they will do much more for you. I believe it's coming. But over 3 different surgeries, I'm just hearing there's been lots of damage. Even though they're fixing things, the surgeries in and of themselves have done damage, especially when they haven't been working correctly, when your last fusion failed. I'm hearing that you need to stay in touch with yourself. You are, but I'm hearing that in everything in life, you need to advocate for yourself. That in the past that you have let people dictate what you do with your health in your life. And they're telling me you need to take control of that. Instead of asking them what they're going to do, you need to be telling them in a nice way what you need from them versus the other way around. Like I say, unfortunately, I'm not seeing everything clearing up right away. It's still going to be a while. I think it's a gradual, because of all the damage, it's going to be a very gradual process for you. But they're telling me you can heal yourself too. I heard that very clearly. She can heal herself, and you can. We all have it inside of us that we can do lots of healing on our own. When we get down to the point where we're so hurt, so upset, our lives are so upside down, it's hard to see past that and figure that we're actually going to do that. For me, when I've had times when I have been ill or had problems like that, it's hard to see beyond that. You know, it really is. But they're really strongly telling me that the way you're going to get well is to call in the people that you need to help you and to advocate for yourself, because you know better how you feel than anybody else knows how you feel. You know what they've done to you, you know what your surgeries have been and all of that. So I think they're just trying to inspire you to not count on anybody necessarily in the medical profession, that you should look a little more into the holistic side of things. Acupuncture, acupressure. I feel like I'm using red light therapy now. I bought the big mats, and I feel like it's reducing. I've only had it just a few days, but I feel like that might be reducing the inflammation for me in the daytime. So something like that may, I mean, I'm seeing it in my head. That might help to reduce the inflammation, because the surgeries that you've had, you know, I'm seeing your back together. They're actually showing me your spine. I can see lots of screws and all kinds of stuff in it, but it looks like everything is back where it was, but everything around it has gotten kind of damaged in the process. And it'll really help that inflammation between what they did and where your physical body is, because we know our physical bodies are just a meat sack anyway. That connection between there, I think if you can manage that connection a little bit better. Oh, good. She said she's using red light too. I really do think it's reducing inflammation. At night, I have the grounding sheets, and I'm a big believer in grounding sheets. I can tell the difference when I go out of town. I've gotten so I take my pillow and one little connection, and I usually plug that into the grounding side, because you only have to touch it. You don't have to touch your whole body. Just touch it, and it takes that out. So that's kind of what I'm getting. I think the first word I heard was patience, and I know you've had tons of patience. I get that all the time too. But I don't think you're quite still at the end of what you've got to go through before you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I do believe things are going to get a lot better. But there's a part of it that you're probably just going to have to learn to live with, because that might not ever totally resolve itself. But so that's kind of what I'm getting. But
what I got, what you mentioned acupuncture, and for those of us in the community here, because it's Arizona thing, on Saturday morning, 7 a.m. at Scott's house,
oh yeah, I
we
forgot.
have acupuncture. Kirby is fantastic, and one thing about Kirby, he will come to you. So if you want to try him out this Saturday at 7 a.m., I'm planning on being there. It is $45. But and you too, Wendy. Kirby is a totally different healer. I mean, he heals just like everybody else, but his Chinese medicine and all the knowledge he has from that, it just amazes me. And he's such a great soul as well. Oh, you never knew that? Okay, so please come by 7 a.m. I don't know if you have problems getting there. I know you guys can get a hold of Scott direct, and so I'm not going to talk about where he lives, not over the internet, but definitely get a hold of us if you need to get a hold of me. I know he knows you, so he won't have a problem. And I will let him know that I have advertised it today, so that if he gets a lot of phone calls, he'll understand what's happening. So, and what I got for you is it's going to be step by step. Um, but I think, oh, what I got at first was it's a lot like Bonnie. You have to tell people what you need from them. If you don't want anything from them, you tell them that. But you need to set the boundaries. You need to set your expectations. If they don't live up to it, then find somebody else who will, because it's about you now, just about you. Scott's phone number, but not an address. That's fine. As long as you have his phone number, he will, you call him and he'll take care of it. Um, and I hope to see you at 7 a.m. on Saturday. Wendy, thank you so much for coming in. And everyone that we read, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, KK, Victor, all those who were part of the chat, Robin and all. Robin, I do apologize that we skipped you, but I know you're our top priority, but today we had to get with Curdy. She needed it more, and know that how can you get a private reading? Who do you want a private reading from? I do have your I think it's Majestic, right? Majestic Eagle?
Yeah.
Lodge. Okay. So I'm going to put them up real quick. Actually, I'm going to put in here Majestic.
My email is majesticeaglelodge@gmail.com.
Back at gmail.com.
Thanks, Victor. Nice to sit here with you too, Victor. Thank you, Brenda.
Okay. That is her Gmail. I'm going to put mine. I have two, but I have too many. Warriors. What is this with Gmail accounts? I know. Okay. So those are our two. So anyone you want to get in contact with, we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yes, really appreciate it. And Wendy, thank you so much for coming in. I knew that everybody would really appreciate
my crazy energy.
Well, you have great energy, but the topic too, and you've been through it. You know how to get through it, even though now you're still dealing with some of the things. But it's an ongoing, like you said, practice, practice, practice. It really makes a difference.
And we're going to learn for the rest of our lives. It doesn't ever stop. We can always learn something else. And it isn't like a trade that you learn and then you're done. It's really more that it's an ongoing process. And so it's our job to keep our vibration up and just keep going, be patient and go there. So it's great. But I really appreciate y'all putting up with me today. Thank you.
Oh, it was a pleasure to have you. And I really thank you. Remember, this is going to be posted on Love Riot Warriors on YouTube. Also, Communication and Connections on YouTube as well. So if you didn't get to see it today, or you want to share it with somebody else, please do so. The more we get the information out there, the more it will help other people. So thank you guys for being here. And hold on, Wendy, as we go out. I will see you in the studio in just a second. Oh, see you Saturday. That's great, Liz.
Good.
Okay. And thank you guys so much. Oh, remember this evening, Wednesday, Angie and Dawn. Tomorrow, Angie and Dawn. And then I will be, tomorrow will be Shauna and Dawn, Naturally Divine Goddess Tarot, and Sonoran Mystic Tarot tomorrow morning. I will be on Friday again with Scott, and more channeling of Archangel Gabriel. Okay, so thank you guys. Oops. Trying to get out of here and have a great